Good morning. Welcome to the More Factor. Today we're going to talk about perspective. I'm Frederick Groth, and I really am called to help people find solutions to the problems and circumstances in their life by teaching life skills and success principles. So today we're going to talk about perspective. Yesterday we talked about persistence. Today we're going to talk about perspective. The week of the purrs. But anyway, how you look at life is very important. See, because we can get caught up in the hustle and the bustle, the rat race, if you will, of everyday life. Busyness, is an epidemic. And yet, listening to my favorite radio station, K-Love, online, nearly every day at work, and they made a comment about a study that was done by the US government that shows that people work less hours now than they ever have. And yet we're constantly bombarded with busyness. Why are we in such a hurry to be busy? I could go off on a tangent and talk about busyness and the benefit of peace and tranquility right now, but we're talking about perspective this morning. And that's my point. So it's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy to get sidetracked. What is your perspective? Perspective is the thing that keeps you focused, is the thing that keeps you towards your goal, keeps you on target, keeps you on purpose. It's one of the reasons why I wrote this quote, which is on the wall behind me. True purpose leads to right choices. It could also read, true perspective leads to right choices, because it basically means the same thing. Purpose, perspective. When you get up in the morning, how are you going to look at life today? See, it's so important how you look at life. One of the famous leaders in industry today, Gary Vaynerchuk, he's a bit of a crass, blue-mouthed kind of speaker, but he has very good content that really reaches down into the soul and gets you thinking. And people have asked him in interviews, how do you keep focused? What's your perspective in life? And I don't know if this is a great perspective, a great way to look at perspective, but it is a good way to understand perspective. And every morning he gets up and he imagines and feels what it would be like to get the news that his wife and family died in an airplane or a car crash. I know it's dark and I know it's off the deep end, but think about it. What would you do today? How would you work? How would you act? What would you accomplish today if you knew that this was the last day you were going to be with your family? Like perspective, let's put things in perspective. There's a lot of things that happen to us in our lives. We can be rich, we can be poor, we can be successful, we can be all kinds of things in our life. We can be healthy, we can be sick, we can have relationships, we can be lonely. There's all kinds of things. But really, what is your perspective on life? How are you approaching life? most of the things that you think matter don't. Every now and again, I like to watch a little bit of, I guess, anime, cartoons, whatever, on Netflix, just to relax late in the evening. And I was watching one last night, and I'm not really getting into it very much. Maybe it's because I'm usually half asleep when I'm watching it, but something really that goes along with this. Two of the characters were talking, and one of them asked, "What is the reason that you want this goal?" And he simply said, "So that others would respect me and see me for who I am." And the guy who asked the question smacked him in the face and said, "Foolishness, small-minded." And I want to really touch on that in these last couple minutes. Your perspective in life may be leading you to goals and purposes that are simply small-minded. Do you really care about other people's opinions that much that you have to set your life goal to getting respect? You have a small perspective on life. The only one that you need to get respect from is you. Really, I want you to think about that this morning. You are the only one that you need to get respect from. If you can respect yourself, then other people will respect you. If you can get your goals to a position and a perspective in life in such a way that you are out front, you're working, you're hustling, you're doing something with your life, then other people will respect you. Let me leave you with one final thought. Every morning I watch a Darren Daily video similar to this. Our Darren Hardy video. It's called Darren Daily. And this morning he talked about your mental health is directly related to your physical health. And I truly believe that your spiritual and mental health directly affects your physical health. When someone gets that call, it really puts life in perspective. An acquaintance friend in this town had one of those life calls a number of years ago. On the way to vacation, massive heart attack, had to go into surgery, bypasses and all that. He has been living his life with perspective since then, doing what he believes is important in his life, enjoying his family, enjoying his time. Perspective. Folks, we got to put things in perspective. What is your perspective? What is your life going towards? Are you just floundering through with the currents and the waves of time? Don't be like that. Use the currents to further your purpose. Don't let them bombard you with all the junk in life. Get some perspective. How would you act if you knew that your loved one's last day was today? What would you do to ensure legacy and longevity of that memory today? What is perspective for you? Thank you for watching today. This is Frederick Groth, and this is the More Factor. Don't forget to check out my book, The Manual to Life, on all Amazon bookstore websites. Have a great day. God bless. See you tomorrow morning.